Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Elevated Lifestyle podcast. I am your host, Amy Griffith, and thank you so much for clicking on this episode. If you have been here every single week, welcome back to another episode. And if you're new, huge welcome. So glad that you're here. Today's episode is stemming from a DM that I got on Instagram that just made my day. And I've been thinking of doing this for a little while since really dialing in my habits and routines and seeing some incredible personal results for myself over the past few months. And someone messaged me saying, "You look amazing. What are you doing? Like, what is going on? What's happening? What are you doing?" And I was like, "Thank you so much." And also, I'm going to really dive into this because I think so many of us are looking for the way to healthier living, to feeling our best, to feeling so confident in our body, in our skin, having amazing energy, all these things. And I truly feel like over the past like 6 months, I have found my most sustainable way to just thrive in my body. Everyone is so different, but I do think that this advice is really, really going to help. My whole philosophy around healthy living and weight management and just feeling my absolute best is through sustainable habits. I know that if I am doing something that I can literally do for the rest of my life, that is how I know it works. That is how I know it's a good idea. Okay. So that is how I'm looking at everything. And I think you guys are going to love this because the simplicity of the changes I have made is something that every single one of you can do. Like it's nothing fancy. You don't have to go and buy something new. You don't have to, whatever. Although I am going to tell you some of like, my Amazon finds and like things that I have bought that are really, really helping support me and obviously share all that good stuff with you guys. But the basics of how I have found this ideal health and wellness routine is so simple. Every single one of you can do it, no matter what, no matter where you live, what you got going on. And like, that's the best part of this. So for me, back in, when was it? August? No, September. It was right before I went on a trip to Tulum. So I had an incentive trip with my company and I wanted to feel really, really good because some trips that I've gone on before, I still felt good. Like I've never been overweight. I've always been very active. I've always kept my health a priority. But I definitely have had seasons where I'm not going for walks. I'm not working out as much. I'm not super dialed into the gym at all. Never really have been, honestly. I love Pilates, but like I would miss a bunch of days, a bunch of weeks, whatever. I'd eat kind of whatever. When I was living in the city, I was eating a lot of takeout food. I'm not gonna lie. I loved me some DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever. And yeah, I would kind of indulge in those sorts of things and all that good stuff. So, not so good stuff, but whatever. That's just what I was doing. And my body can get puffy very quickly. So my body was just holding on to this inflammation. And I was looking at photos of me like 2-ish years ago, so quite a while ago, but I was just inflamed. Like I look at those photos and I remember being so uncomfortable in my body. Just, yeah, I just felt puffy, inflamed. I just didn't feel good within my skin and within my body. I wasn't like super, hyper energized. I wasn't sleeping the best. And by no means, I just want to make it so clear, by no means was I super unhealthy. I was still eating well. I was still moving, but it just wasn't super dialed in, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I wanted to go on this trip just feeling really, really good. So, I made a 30-day game plan of just simple habits I was going to do each day for those 30 days. And I'm going to go through some of those with you guys and explain them. There's like three top key things that I did during this time. 10,000 steps a day, and I'm saying 10,000 steps every single day. On your rest days, on your go days, on your busy days, on your lazy days. 10,000 steps every day. You guys, if you aren't doing that right now, and that is the one thing you change, you are going to change your body. Like I am telling you, there is some type of magic in this 10K step thing. And maybe some of you will, maybe agree, maybe disagree, whatever it might be. But for me, making this change in my day, and I hear it from so many people as well, you just, and it doesn't mean that you need to go on the treadmill at the gym for an hour and a half and clock in those 10K every day just like that. If that's not, realistic for you in your schedule or you don't enjoy that, but it means just being active. So on, let's say, on my weekends, it's freezing out. We're in the thick of winter right now as I'm recording this. I would put my phone in my pocket. I put on like a baggy pair of jeans and I would do my house clean just with my phone in my pocket and clock my steps. And it would make me clean my house more and do all the things and run up and down the stairs and be fine with it. Like I just live in more active lifestyle because I wanted to clock these steps. So it didn't always, and yeah, anyway, my brain can go off. I've had two coffees this morning, so my brain's like going off in all these directions. But I wouldn't always just go and get on the treadmill to get my steps. It just means I'm living a more active day, like a more active lifestyle, instead of just sitting. If you guys sit at a desk, if you work on your laptop, if you're sat for most of your day and you don't have an intention to get a walk in, you just won't be doing it. You won't be moving as much. And we are beings that are designed for movement. We are designed to be fit and active and mobile and flexible. Like we are meant to be that way, but we have to put in that work. So whatever whatever you can do. Like I remember it was, yeah, like ending of summer going into autumn at this time when I was really dialing this in for the first time, being very intentional about it. There were nights at 9 o'clock at night I would go outside and like do a few laps around the block. Like I remember doing that multiple times because I was so committed to getting my 10,000 steps a day, non-negotiable. Like there was no day of, oh, I'm at, 9,000, close enough. Like that didn't happen. I was getting it every single day. And I did that for 30 days straight. So that is the first one that I just want to encourage you guys to do. And I'm going to give you some of my tips on how I've been able to do this in the winter still. When it's freezing cold, I'm not doing the outdoor walks every day. And second one, no alcohol. So I mentioned this that I'm doing 2026 year free of alcohol in a few podcast episodes ago. And it stemmed as well from this time on these 30 days, no alcohol for 30 days. It will change your life. And I know this is one a lot of people do not want to let go of and love to, have that really a social crutch is what it was for me. And I know that's what it is for so many people as well, realistically. It's that crutch. It's just that little something to take the edge off. It's that crutch. It's when you're going out to socialize. And I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about this of like, deciding not to drink alcohol is going to make you shift your priorities and only say yes to the things you actually want to do. And you're going to realize who you actually want to hang out with. So, for example, if I'm invited out to a party, to an event or something, and normally if I said yes to going, but then I feel like I need a drink to like get through the small talk, then like that's what I would do. But now it's like, do I really want to go? Do like I'm not gonna have the crutch to get through the small talk. I'm just gonna have to do the small talk. No, I don't really want to go. Or it's a yes, like it does drinks or not, it doesn't matter. I'm so excited to be around these people, talk to these people and be at this event, right? It shifts your priorities of where you actually want to be spending your time and who you want to be spending your time with. So it just like choosing no alcoholic beverages if you're also someone where that is kind of what you did socially, you and your friends, your friend groups, whenever you would go out, you're going to learn a whole lot about yourself. So that's what I decided to do in these 30 days and what I'm doing this year, not touching it. It completely, yeah, it's shifted my life in so many different ways on terms of that social aspect, but also the inflammation, the holding on to weight, the stress, the like it. This is also something I heard on another podcast was so many people have all of these issues or just feel like crap, are bloated, are so sluggish and tired, not motivated, not feeling happy. They're like, where's my serotonin? Like, what is going on? It's in those glasses of wine you have every single weekend that drag, it doesn't leave your system for a while. That drags throughout your week. your body's going to hold on to that. It takes forever to get out of your system. And so you're having bad sleeps, you're craving salty foods, you're crashing every single day. You don't feel motivated. And then by the time you're starting to peak and feel better, you're happy, you're pumped, it's the weekend again, and you go and have more drinks and you repeat this cycle. So it's just putting an end to that cycle, and you're now tapping into your body's natural tune and rhythm without drowning anything else out, without putting a substance into your body where it's altering your state, and it's like masking things and thoughts and feelings and stress. You actually have to sit with those things, but then you find different ways to kind of move through them that are healthy and are actually gonna heal your body. And then you start to get addicted to that feeling. Okay. You start to get addicted to the feeling of feeling good. And how can I do more good for my body? And it's so much more exciting because you don't have that underlying anxiety, of like hurting your body or going through that cycle and going through it again and again and again. You're in an upward cycle now of like wellness and healing and truly loving yourself because you're truly taking care of your mind and your body. And it feels so good. When I first started to have those weekends of not going out, not having the drinks, waking up feeling so good, going on my trips, alcohol free, waking up early, refreshed, skin is glowing, hydrated, just like feeling good. The gratitude, you guys, daily I sit with myself in gratitude of just like, I feel so good in my body. Like I'm so grateful because it hasn't always been that way. And it's such a good feeling, you guys. So, I'm not here to preach to everybody stop drinking, do whatever you want. It's just something that's been really, really game changing for me personally. So, we following? Take notes class, 10,000 steps a day, no alcohol. And then I started to do this tracking what I eat every day. So now let me be so clear with this. Some of you are going to be like, hard no. Listen, I've done the unhealthy, obsessive, tracking, counting calories, eating less and less and less and less. I did that. Okay. When I was in high school, when I was in early days, college, we're not doing that. That's not the vibe. Eating whatever you want. And like, this is how you start with it. Decide to do this for 3 days. Eat whatever you want. Eat your normal breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, desserts, whatever, at whatever quantities you normally eat. Listen to your body. But you're going to write it down. And I just do this in my little notes and I'll just write down, okay, I had, sourdough toast, eggs, avocado, da da da, whatever for dinner, chocolates, ice cream, whatever I'm eating, my two freaking cups of coffee this morning. I'm writing that down in my notes. And you're just tracking what you're doing, you notice things. So I'll look at that day at the end of the day, put it in my last meal and be like, what a crazy like what a crazy day of food. What a weird day of food. Or some days I'll look at it and be like, that's so balanced. Like this is so balanced, this is so healthy. Or some days where I don't eat till like 3 p.m. because I'm just hustling and busy and I've only had, coffee or water and I'm like, "Oh, this is why I'm crashing out right now. Girl, you didn't have enough food today." Like this is what it is. I started to learn my my cravings and I started to learn the days where I would function my best and kind of what those meals looked like. And doing this just brought awareness to it. That's all that it is. I'm not counting macros, I'm not counting calories. I don't do the counting. That does not work for me. I don't feel the need to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to just at first I wanted to just bring awareness to what I'm actually consuming every single day and just have an idea of what that looks like. I know a lot of people are into counting protein right now. I do not want to do that. I do make sure protein's the center of each meal. So I'll base my meals off of what's the protein today. So if I'm having my eggs avocado toast, I mean, that's just like a normal breakfast. Or I'll do like a protein yogurt full of protein, right? Or if I'm having dinner, I go based off the protein. Is it salmon tonight? Is it a beef burrito bowl? We start with the protein and then we build outwards from that with veg, fruits and veg. That's like my second biggest thing. And then a healthy fat of some sort, avocado, whatever it might be, oils, whatever it is, healthy oils. And yeah, that's kind of how I go about it is just I start with my meal plan, and I'm not like a good cook. My fiance is the cook of the house. He's away right now, so I'm just like stepping into my own cooking ways. I can cook, when I have to, but it's usually him. When I am cooking, it's like protein, and even how when we talk about our meals, what's the protein tonight? And then whatever, a salad along with that, with veg along with it. It's nice and easy, keeps it simple. So anyway, started to track what I eat every day, not super specific, just writing down the food. And then, so I became aware of that. I became aware of what my eating habits were. And then I would start to want to have a good list, like have a healthy list of food. Balanced meals. I'm eating 3 times a day. I'm not really a snacker at all. I'll have like a dessert, a chocolate, some chips or something like that at night usually, or like kind of right before, like a couple hours before dinner, because I get a little bit more hungry, but I want to have something right away. So I'll have a little something like that, but I just kept it super, super balanced. And then I wanted to start to add in, like, how can I add in more nutrients and things like that, keep it more protein centered, just became mindful, not obsessive, not spending all my time on that, not freaking out about it, just aware, just being aware of what I am putting into my body. And then this is the big one. I'm going to give you guys some specifics around this for those of you who want like those little tiny bits and pieces of specifics, but I became so aware of my hunger cues. So I am someone like with food, when it comes to food, if I am stressed or bored or I just need a distraction, it's the end of the day. Maybe I didn't have the greatest day, or maybe it was a great day, but I'm just at the end. I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm bored. I want to switch my brain off. I want to eat something that's like endless and scroll or watch a whole bunch of series back to back with good snacks, scroll. Brain is off, like autopilot on. I don't care. I don't want to think. That is when I'll have my worst foods and no concept of hunger cues. So I've noticed that, and this is just about yourself, you guys. When are you noticing that you go a little off kilter, or you go a little off of what doesn't make you feel good that you do and is kind of a habit, but it doesn't make you feel good? Be aware of it, notice it. Okay, then I realized I just need to be aware of my hunger cues. I need to be having protein-centered meals to properly fuel myself and feel full and satisfied. And then when I am hungry, I take a minute. I take a minute and I actually acknowledge how hungry am I instead of, oh, I'm hungry, I need to eat now. And you just go into like, boom, you feel the grumble in your stomach, you feel that little hunger pain, and then you kind of panic and your brain just goes food. Like, food, get me something, get me snacks, get me food. Like, you kind of don't, you stop thinking, you know? I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but probably, I'm sure everyone can. It's just like that's when you're not thinking about it, you just boom, food, give me food. But then you'll eat and eat and eat, and then you're distracted by the eating because you're usually watching a movie, you're usually scrolling, you're usually doing something else. You're just going to eat with no concept of how full you actually are. So, to keep this simple, no seconds. So, this is just some things that I started to do and like play with. And let me be so clear, you guys, if I have a plate of food and I am genuinely, this was me last night. I had what did I eat last night? Oh, a chicken burger, a spicy chicken burger. And I had one. I felt genuinely like normally I'll be like, okay, I'm genuinely full and I can feel that. And no seconds because I'm like, I just have the one, I'm full. Last night, I was like, I had the one. I waited a little bit afterwards. I'm not full. I can tell, I can feel, I can have a little something extra. Like I'm not actually fully satisfied because I had a lighter lunch that day. So I, didn't fully feel full. But the point is like checking in with yourself. So it's not just a rule of like strictly no seconds. It's just aim to have just the one because normally just the one meal is more than enough and you are going to feel full and satisfied but not overstuffed and not overfilling. You're just going to feel good and satisfied. And if you're not, acknowledge that, okay, what's a good, healthy next thing that I can have to kind of hit that point for myself? So it's not being strict, it's just listening to your body with like these little ideas. That's a good word for them. Little ideas, not rules, not super strict, not super, they have to be, to the book. There is no book. Like just listening to your body. So I started to be aware of that and saying, okay, no more seconds. Like I'm not just gonna go get seconds because there's more food that can be had. And I've talked about this before too, where as we're growing up, your parents want you to finish the plate. Like finish your plate of food. No, you don't get dessert until you finish the plate. Even if you're stuffed, it's like you have to finish the plate. Or out of being kind and being liked, you eat the meal. If someone cooks dinner for you, you're at a restaurant and someone's buying you dinner, you don't want to be rude by not eating the entire plate, licking it clean, even though you're kind of hurting yourself because you're full. Like, if you're genuinely full, you guys, don't lick the plate clean. Like, it's doing more harm than good for your body. Take it to go, wrap it up, use it as seconds later. I also did this the other night when I made pasta and I thought I had to use it all and eat as much as I can because I didn't know if it would be good the next day. And I started to have this little mental battle and I was like, girl, chill, it's pasta. Don't eat more because of all these other reasons and reasons why you think you should. If you're full, you're full. No, don't eat more. Put it away in the fridge. If it's not good tomorrow, then it's not good. Like it wasn't going to be good having being overstuffed anyway with this pasta if you don't actually want it. So it's just like these old patterns that always come from childhood, and like that's where it starts and that's where it happens. It's not our fault. It's just how we're programmed. Think about it, you can still I don't have to finish the plate that someone cooks for me in order for you to know that I love and appreciate you. If I'm full, I'm full, and I'm going to appreciate and enjoy, and it's going to be great until the point where I'm full, and then we can put it away for seconds, or I'm done and that's it, and thank you so much. Like, no drama. We don't need all this extra chaos happening around us around food and all these stories that start to come up in these old beliefs or patterns that we've, lived with. So, I know I'm getting really specific here, but I hope that this is helpful for you guys who are kind of on this journey as well and trying to figure out your own eating and habits and just bringing it back down to kind of those roots, right? So that's something that I started to do is just noticing my hunger cues. I'm writing down the food that I have each day, no matter what, with no guidelines. And I'm just so aware. I get hungry, like I'm probably gonna get hungry, I can tell in like the next hour for lunch. Great. And I know like a typical standard lunch that's gonna make me feel really, really good and nourished, and I'll be good to go till dinner, And I know what snacks I like to have. I like dark chocolate at night. Like I know my little habits and things that make me feel my best. And also now eating to nourish and fuel, not to distract. It's not an escape route. Makes you feel worse if you're just eating as like an escape or a distraction. I'm eating to nourish and fuel my body. That's what it's for. It's not a crutch. It's not a distraction. It's for my cells. Like I'm feeding not just the enjoyment of tasty food. Yes, that's great, but I'm nourishing my brain so I can think better. I'm nourishing my gut so it can work better. All my organs, all my cells, so that everything can work swimmingly. And like when I think about that, I'm not just eating for the enjoyment and the taste and for my own comfort. I'm eating to literally better my temple and to help myself be nourished and thrive, you know? So things I used to do, yeah, just out of boredom. That's when I would just overeat, switch my brain off, whatever. And it's kind of like you disassociate like body to what your cravings are, what you feel like you need in that moment, that instant gratification, that comfort zone. But now I've just kind of tied them back together. Like I don't want to disconnect from myself. I want to be with myself and do what I should do for myself, which is taking care and just being aware of that and not overdoing it and nourishing myself with food, you know? So that's a lot on that. Some other little things, food wise. So yeah, no seconds. And then no eating out of the bag. So I'm teaching my fiance this right now, actually. When you buy chips, okay? When you buy chips, I guess this is just like portion. This is portions and being mindful of that. I used to be the girl who did not care. I'm a bottomless pit. I would say that all the time. I'm a bottomless pit. I will eat as much as I can. It's like a flex, right? And now I'm like, why am I doing that to myself? Like, I don't feel good after eating like that. So now I'm like, I'm actually gonna have a normal portion of this food. And instead of taking the whole bag of chips, down to the movie room with you, down to the basement to watch a show, or onto the couch to hang for a bit, pour some in a bowl. This is what we're learning right now. Pour it in a bowl. Don't take the whole chip bag. Pour it in a bowl. Enjoy as many chips as you want from that bowl. And if you genuinely want seconds afterwards, then you can go get another bowl of chips. But usually you won't. When you start to do this, you're going to be like, I'm done. The chips are put away. You won't want to go through those next steps of getting them again, unless you like really, really, really want to. This might be hard at first if you're used to like downing the whole bag of chips like I have done before many, many, many times. But it's just an idea. Or get the small bag. You don't need the family size. If you're not feeding a family the chips, right? Just get like the normal, like mini bag of chips, and it's gonna hit the same craving, whether it's the huge bag or the small bag. You're just saving yourself from eating this whole entire family bag of chips. Same with the chocolate, same with the, whatever. It's just being mindful of that and just no longer eating out of like the carton or the container or the bag. I put it on a plate. I put it in a bowl. And a big part of this for me, more so than just like the portion of it, is the energy I want to be in while I eat. Okay. And this is where I feel like a lot of the changes really started for me is how I treat meals. So to me now, again, rather than being boredom, distraction, whatever, not only is it my fuel and my nourishment, I want it as an experience. I want to enjoy and have a good vibe experience because I truly believe that the better energy you're in while you're eating your meal is going to make a difference on how your body absorbs it. Okay. And there's got to be some science on this somewhere. And I like it when we're stressed, you get a stomach ache. When you're nervous, you get the sweat. Like your body responds to how you feel and the things that you're doing and what you're putting into your body. So I literally, when I'm having, my bottle of water in the morning, drinking it, I visualize and I can feel it like cleaning all of my cells. I can feel it revitalizing me. I can feel it going into my skin, making my skin plump and glowing and beautiful. When I'm eating, I can visualize and see it literally being medicine for my body and healing my body. And I know mind to gut health to body connection is an overall spiritual thing, okay? They are also intertwined. So when I'm eating, I want it on a pretty plate. I want it to look cute. I want to sit down with it. I don't want to be distracted. I don't want to be distracted. I want to enjoy. I want to actually taste the real quality food that I'm eating. And this is also, you guys, going to make you eat more whole foods and you're going to love them so much more because you're actually going to enjoy them in the realness. When was the last time you just ate a strawberry and were like, holy crap, that's what an insane flavor that is. Like strawberries are so good. Like fruit it's nature's candy for real. It's so good. When was the last time you just had a good old fruit salad? Like incredible. When you don't have distractions like that, you are just going to soak up your meals and your food. You're really going to taste it. You will not need seconds because you're going to feel yourself get full. You're going to be so in tune with your body, fully enjoying that meal, fully enjoying the aesthetic of it and just how you're feeling. And again, that anxiousness goes away because you're so present. When you're anxious eating, rushing, 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 rushing your whole entire life, every single meal, just eat quickly and sometimes that happens. I've been, where I have a call in 2 minutes and I'm eating my Caesar salad wrap as fast as I freaking can because I kind of have to. Those things are going to happen sometimes. That's fine. But I'm just saying the majority of the time, being so mindful and really sitting with yourself. And if you're at the table, with your kids, with your family, sitting together, what's a ritual you can start to make for dinner time, even if it gets a little chaotic? Not every day is going to be perfect. Is there like a prompt that you can ask your family at the table? Like, what was your favorite moment of today? Start to do peaks and pits. What was your peak? What was your pit? Like, tell me about your day. It's just a fun thing that you can start to do to chat and do that at dinner time. So your meals should be an enjoyable experience, should be, more of a ritual, something you feel connected to and excited about, and something you can really enjoy while you eat makes the world of a difference when you're eating. So there's a lot in here, but I just really want to give you guys some very real things that I've been thinking about and things that I've been doing that have snatched me, literally have snatched me. I'm far less stressed about food, where I have been in the past, very stressed about food. I don't have any of that. I eat whatever I want. Nothing's off the table for me. I have coffee, I have sweets, I have gluten, I have it all, okay? But I know that the majority of what I'm eating are very real whole foods. That is what I focus on. That's what I crave the most, with a little sweet treat here and there, every so often. But I grant my body to have whatever it is craving in the right amounts and in the actual amount of it that I truly want, not what I think I want or trying to devour it because I'm on my one cheat day where I can have whatever I want and eat what, like, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game. I just listen to my body and really enjoy the food that I get to eat, because it's a wonderful experience. It's a wonderful time. It's great, and you get to make it a good time. So, those are the things, your food and just your vibes around your meals. Maybe start with the tracking thing, just what your meals are each day, and then you can start to think about, how much of it you're eating, how much does your body actually want and need, and then 10K steps a day, no alcohol. Those are the three top things that completely changed my body. And again, as you can see, those are things you could do forever. And you don't have to do like the no alcohol forever. You don't have to hit 10K every day for the rest of your life. Like, but just those habits of minimal drinking, much less drinking. Maybe you only go out to drink once a month now. Maybe that's your new thing, or whatever it is that makes sense for you, or your steps. You average, you start to average 10K a day. Some days it's five, some days it's, 11, some days whatever, but it averages around that. You're just more active, you're limiting your alcohol, and you are way more mindful with your food. Like, that's going to make a huge difference if you're someone who doesn't think about any of these things and does whatever. Another thing, you guys, I'm talking today. Okay. No social Saturdays. No social media Saturdays. I have talked about this before. Well, I'll do like a morning without social media, a night, and I've done a day before as well. And I'm bringing that back. So this last weekend, I mindfully said, no social media. I deleted TikTok off of my phone because I have noticed myself kind of scrolling more, and just like when I get tired, I just want to distract and shut my brain off, and I'll just scroll on TikTok. And I was like, ooh, I don't like how that feels at all. I don't like how much time that chews up. Like, I look at the time, I'm like, where did the time go? What is going on? So I just deleted it off my phone for this one weekend, and it kind of broke that habit from me, and just decided no phone. If I'm texting someone back, I can. If someone calls, I can call or do my calls or whatever, but I'm not spending time on social media. I'm not posting, I'm not creating, I'm not doing anything on social media. I'm doing other things with my time. And this is so healing. So maybe for you, it's Sundays, maybe it's Saturdays, maybe it's a weekday, but you kind of have that day where you're mindfully offline and not going on social media at all. So good for you guys. We don't realize how addicted we can be to our phones, and how much of a habit that actually might be for you. You won't even realize until you don't allow yourself to touch your phone. If you want to take it a step further, shut your phone off and hide it for the whole day. No, no phone at all, no text, no calls, nothing. You don't get to go onto it till the next morning. You're gonna realize everything is okay. You can get back to people tomorrow, and it's going to be just as great. It's going to be the same, but you are probably going to feel so refreshed, so connected to yourself, especially if you're on your health journey and you're adding in these guys. Go for a 10K step walk outside. Go get some fresh air. Go do a sport and activity. I don't know, and leave your phone at home, and you're going to be like, this is so crazy. Like, you're going to feel really, really good. Said I was going to mention how I get my steps in the winter. So, okay, this is where I did purchase a treadmill off of Amazon. I freaking love it. I have never had a treadmill, and I have done many, 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 many brutal Canadian, and have done the Chicago winters without a treadmill, and I was not getting 10K steps a day. This was the first year where I continue to thrive in my walking because of this treadmill, and I took it up a notch, you guys, and I got desk that goes across the treadmill. You can also do like the walking desk with a walking pad. I feel like that's what a lot of people are doing and what I would do if I was still apartment living for sure. But now that I'm in a house, we have a gym downstairs and table, laptop goes, water's over here, caffeine over here, phone in my hand, and I am in flow mode. The other day I accidentally walked for 2 hours. And I don't go fast. Like I'm at a very reasonable pace because I'm like working and I don't want my, bouncing around everywhere, my screen going everywhere. I looked at the time, I was like, oh my God, an hour and 45 minutes. Like, what? Where's the time going? I was so locked in. Flow state, peak state, put some lo-fi beats on, thriving, like absolutely thriving. Huge fan. Getting my 10K steps a day has never been easier in my whole entire life. So I'll usually do like an hour walk like that in the morning while also doing my work. I pretty much get all of my work done in that 1 hour that I need to do on my phone, my social media, whatever each time I do that because there's nothing else to do. There's no procrastination. Like I am just locked into it. Game changing. Like if you're going to invest in something, invest in a treadmill, a walking pad, something like that with a desk if you work, also are an entrepreneur, work from home, whatever. I I love it so much. I can't even tell you. So that has been incredible. And yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there, you guys, because holy, I've been talking, but obviously had so much to talk about for health and wellness and healthy habits. And those simple three, if you guys are looking for something to implement and you're like, where do I start? What do I do? Start there. If those are daunting and crazy, make them smaller, make them suit your lifestyle and something that you can work up towards. Some of you might need to start getting up earlier to, get those 10K steps if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how. Some of you are going to need, to spend some weekends alone so you're not going out. If your friend groups always are just going out and drinking, whatever it might be, like you are going to have to probably make some sacrifices or some other lifestyle changes to support these new things, but I'm telling you, everything else is going to shift for the better. You're going to feel so much better because of it. And you're always going to find those aligned people who are in the same wavelength with you at this time in your life, too. So, that is all I want to say. Love you guys. Thank you for being here for another episode. If you enjoyed this, if this was helpful, screenshot, share it, post it on your stories, tag me at My Elevated Lifestyle Co. or at It's Amy Griffith. And I just appreciate you guys, love you guys, and I'm wishing you a healthy, happy day ahead. And I will see you guys on next week's episode. Bye.